Hello, everyone. We are Team 3 for Global Engineering Concepts, and the company that we have chosen is MyGate, which operates solely in India, and our agenda is for globalization. Moving on to the introduction, MyGate is a company founded in 2016, and it's an Indian security and community management app. The headquarters of the company is in Bangalore, India, and it has a presence in over 100 cities. So it has several innovative features, which we will discuss in later slides. But some key features are the safety and security management. So MyGate has a plethora of security management services for communities. Payments, you can do a lot of payments related to your apartments, for example, rent, electricity, Wi-Fi, and so on through the app. Complaint management, COVID combat features like contact tracing and temperature measurement. It has different interfaces for different types of users. So like security will have a different interface and the tenants will have different interface and so on. And there's also a marketplace for people who are moving out or moving into a new or old apartment. So the points that are for globalization are many. I'll state two key features and then we'll move on to the other features that are there. The first key point is there's a high crime rate, especially in the United States. Cities such as New York, Philadelphia, Houston, and San Francisco have especially high rates and high robbery, rape, and murder. So with a company like MyGate expanding into the US, there's definitely going to be an added security. And through their community management and community safety services, crime can be controlled. Also, there is no major player in this industry. There are definitely smaller companies working on just security, but not to the extent of MyGate. The second key feature would be competitive edge. Even though there are companies like Ring, Nextdoor, and Agile Security working in the United States, they all have one particular feature in their company. However, MyGate is a combination of many such features, and it will definitely be a very useful app to have in the United States. Then the other features that we feel that will definitely help its point for globalization are a lack of community spirit. The Western countries lean towards an individualistic culture. So having MyGate will actually bring the community closer. A lack of communication. A lot of times we don't know who our neighbors are. And having an app, we can easily find out who our neighbors are, contact them in case of emergencies, and also maybe connect with them for future events and so on. COVID contact tracing and potential partnerships with a lot of e-commerce players. Now we move on to the cultural fit and target audience for MyGate. So according to Hofstede's cultural dimensions of India and US, they are very similar in two particular metrics, which is uncertainty avoidance and masculinity. So because of that, there is a scope for imperfection in society and also a focus on success, achievements, and material gains. So that way, both the countries are very similar. And that's why MyGate can take advantage of that and expand into the United States as well. However, as I spoke before, US is more individualistic, whereas India, there is a feeling of community and family. So that's one particular space that we need to figure as to how we can have MyGate work here. And the target audience. So the first target audience would definitely be cities with high crime rates that I spoke before. Then you have a focus on international students and bachelor populations who would especially like the marketplace feature that it provides. You have working professionals who have very little time and would love to use the inbuilt utilities and rent payment feature. Then you also have old and disabled people who might need assistance, so they can use the community feature app to find people who can help them in times of need. Also, it can also like target people who are landlords and homeowners to make the process of rent and lease tracking and home services much easier. However, this comes with this list of challenges. One challenge is deciding on community radius. So like, for example, New York City, it's very different. You have different parts which have very high densities, whereas other parts have less densities. So we need to like decide this community radius dynamically, and that can be a challenge in the starting. There could be an initial setup cost, and the time for that could be very high. And since there are so many apartments all across the United States, we need to go one step at a time, and registering all these apartments would take a lot of time. Also, convincing people to opt in and paying for MyGate service could also be a challenge, and that needs to be addressed. The cost pricing will also need to be dynamic, since some communities might want to spend more, whereas some might want to spend less for these features. Also, convincing major players like Con Edison, Verizon, and the other companies to accept payments through the MyGate app can also be a big challenge. So that's all we have thought of so far. And this is our team. We have Shruti, Arko, Rachita, Soham, and Adit. And we would love to explore this in the future presentation. Thank you.